Hello friends, welcome to Communication Skills for Everyone. In this channel you are going to learn English language skills, personality development, vocabulary and all-round development. Hello friends, welcome to Communication Skills for Everyone. Today let us learn the summary of The English Teacher by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan's The English Teacher came sometime after The Dark Room, as the author had a tough time dealing with the death of his wife Rajan. This is an autobiography of Narayan, and he has used his pain and reveals into the narration. This is a unique love story of a 30-something English lecturer named Krishna in Malgudi's Albert Mission College. The story starts in the hostel of Albert Mission College located in Malgudi. We know that it's an imaginary town. Krishna had been a student in the same college. Now he is a lecturer. He finds his job and life tiresome and filled with boredom. One of the reasons being that he cannot work on his own poems and intellectual pursuits, as teaching demands its own energy and time. He is uninterested in his students, is happy to hear the bell ring to the end of the class. He is self-critical, compares himself to a cow that does nothing but ruminate on dead grass. He is particular about his ways and almost trying too hard to fit himself in a Western mold. This adds to his frustrations and makes him feel pessimistic about his circumstances. It is a dream to become a poet, even though he struggles to write ferociously. But he has a good sense of humor and uses it cleverly to always spread cheer in his college and students. Krishna is going through a midlife crisis and feels uninspired and lonely. He is away from his family and misses living with his loving wife Sushila and young daughter Leela. One day he gets a letter from his father telling about his wife and daughter. They are coming to live with him in Malgudi. His mother also comes to stay with them. Krishna is happy, at least for some time. He seems to get a new lease of life. Sushila is an exact opposite of Krishna, spiritual and impulsive. The character sketch of Sushila is emblematic of Indian women, culture and tradition. Krishna is a dreamer and lacks a grasp of the practical life, while Sushila exhibits common sense and practical wisdom. Some complains and fulfills the shortcomings of Krishna. This is what makes their bond strong and enduring. But soon the tide turns for the worst. First, due to the number of bodies, the current house is not suited and fit for their family. Hence they look for a new house. While they are on their search, Sushila is struck by an insect and falls sick. She gets typhoid and unfortunately cannot recover. Tragedy strikes their home and Sushila dies due to her illness. The loss of his beloved wife derails Krishna. He is disconsolate and stricken with incurable grief. He becomes dissented with his job and personal life. His only refuge and reason to live in his baby daughter. Therefore, he spends all his energy and affection on her as she becomes the center of his world. Krishna often loiters around a pond. On his frequent visits, he encounters a hermit or sannyasi. The sannyasi claims to necromancy or his ability to communicate with the dead and their spirits. Unable to resist the temptation, he decides to try the spiritual route in order to reach his beloved wife. Krishna yearns to talk to his departed wife and entertains the sannyasi's claims. He successfully communicates with Sushila's spirit. This acts as a shot in the arm of Krishna, who is reinvigorated to turn his life for the better. Revitalized, Krishna goes and interviews for a job at a new children's school. It is the same place where his daughter Leela studies. Interestingly, the headmaster of the school has a contrasting character as to Krishna. He is eccentric in his approach and committed to his students. He has a far more optimistic outlook on life and is a lot happier than Krishna. He knows that the beauty of life is in enjoying brief moments of happiness. He is spiritual and pursues to obtain inner satisfaction. But Krishna is a changed man by now. The headmaster of the school is delighted to learn about Krishna's inspired theories and plans for imparting education to the young kids. Krishna quits his job in the college and joins the new school. To add another boost to his spirits, he is directly converses with the spirit of his dead wife for the first time. He forgets his sorrows and develops a fresh and positive outlook on life, vocation, and purpose. The English teacher is a remarkably exultant account of the love shared between a man and his wife. It honors the mundane details of a homely life infused with momentary tips, activities like reading and shopping together, childcare, house hunting, so on and so forth. Narayana is able to extract and use the tranquil contentment out of his own marital experience. He too was an uninspired and unsatisfied English teacher once. His wife Rajam and their marriage transformed him both as a person and writer. The story of Krishna's life, happiness, and grief are both relatable and inspirational for many. Even the flirtations with the supernatural, philosophical, and metaphysical are understandable. The tragedy of human loss and the yearning to regain the lost love is not subject to the mortality of flesh and bones. Narayan gives a theory of death where it is just the culmination of the physical existence. The soul remains eternal and preserve the emotional synapses within it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Communication skills for everyone. For